CNN poll Democratic Party's favorability drops to a record low. The Democratic Party's favorability rating among Americans stands at a record low, according to a new CNN poll conducted by SSRS, fueled in part by dimming views from its own frustrated supporters. With many in the party saying publicly that their leaders should do more to stand up to President Donald Trump, Democrats and Democratic-aligned independents say 57% to 42% that Democrats should mainly work to stop the Republican agenda rather than working with the GOP majority to get some Democratic ideas into legislation. The survey was taken March 6th through 9th, days before 10 Democratic senators, including Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, voted with Republicans in the chamber to advance a GOP-authored spending bill to avert a government shutdown, much to the chagrin of many other Democratic lawmakers and progressive critics. The majority's desire to fight the GOP marks a significant change in the party's posture from the start of Trump's first term. A September 2017 poll found a broad 74% majority of Democrats and Democratic leaners saying their party should work with Republicans in an attempt to advance their own priorities, and just 23% advocating for a more combative approach. Democratic-aligned adults say, 52% to 48%, that the leadership of the Democratic Party is currently taking the party in the wrong direction. That's another shift from 8 years ago, when views on this metric were largely positive. Among the American public overall, the Democratic Party's favorability rating stands at just 29%, a record low in CNN's polling dating back to 1992, and a drop of 20 points since January 2021, when Trump exited his first term under the shadow of the January 6th attack on Capitol. The Republican Party's rating currently stands at 36%. That's driven in part by relatively high levels of dissatisfaction within the Democratic Party. Just 63% of Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents report a favorable view of their own party, a dip from 72% in January and 81% at the start of President Joe Biden's administration. The decline comes across ideological wings, with favorability ratings for the Democratic Party falling by 18 points among liberals and moderates alike since the start of 2021. By contrast, 79% of Republicans and Republican leaners currently take a positive view of the GOP. Political independents as a group take dim views of both parties, with 19% rating the Democrats favorably and 20% saying the same of the Republicans. Both the Democratic and the Republican parties are viewed by about half the public as having views and policies that are too extreme rather than generally mainstream. That's a change from 2020.